What's up YouTube, back here again with another video, and today, yes, here we go. We're finally going to talk about the FATSHARK HDO goggles. Yes! Alright, so, if you've been following along with my channel in the past, you might know at this point that I was a Skyzone V2 user. Alright, the Skyzone O2V plus 2, whatever the heck, that ridiculous naming scheme that they had, but it was the most recent ones before the V3s had come out. And, you know, for the price, they were fantastic goggles. You know, you buy them, I think I got them for $300, okay, that already has diversity receivers, DVR, you know, everything ready to go. You just need a battery, no battery at all with that, just a cable. No fan, but pretty much all the basics. And it was a 16:9, and it was a 30-degree field of view. The fitment wasn't the greatest, you know, so for $300 I had to do some alterations. Mainly I had to double pad the foam. So you got one pad here, I had to put in another pad, so double the padding, just to make these fit on my face. Now, or make those fit on my face. Now, I have a pretty large nose with a very high bridge. It's really the bridge that's the biggest problem. It's a high, you know, I got a high bridge on my nose, and my eyes are kind of low and close together, so it kind of makes it hard. Like, I have struggled with sunglasses and everything like that, but I started with box goggles and I had no problems, and I tried some of my buddies' FATSHARK's HD1s, I believe, and just Dominator V2s, and I couldn't really focus on the screen, and I don't know, I just wasn't feeling comfortable about it. And I actually had tried a pair of you know, a pair of Skyzones, and I could see the picture very clear, and as they weren't super comfortable, I was able to see the picture clear. And for me, that was more important at the time. You know, if I was going to shell out that money, I want to be able to see what I'm doing. And, you know, I was a little bit newer to the game, so that's what I went with. And I'm very happy I went with those. So for the $300, I flew with those suckers for like over a year, or almost a year, coming around on a year next month. And they did me very well. So these guys, so FATSHARKs, you know, the HD3s are out and everything like that, and I was, you know, using my normal thing, and these guys came out, alright, and a lot of money. $500 for the goggles, and another 100 and whatever it was, $10 for the LaForge. This is a LaForge V4, alright, and then I upgraded my antennas, so this was, I believe, $12 for this guy, and another $22 for this guy. This is the new bi-quad linear antenna from VAS. Alright, I be crazy. So, you know, there's a lot of money invested in here. There is like $650 money invested in here. So I was taking a shot in a pair and hoping that I was gonna like them, because I wanted a fan, and, you know, I want something a little bit better fitment, and I wanted a bigger field of view. So there you go. FATSHARK HDOs. These are a 37 degree field of view, and the O stands for OLED. They are OLED screens. Okay, so like a Sony OLED screen here. Many other reviewers have reviewed these by now. I'm sure you've probably seen it. If you have, go check theirs out. They'll probably give you some little more information on the specs, and they'll give you some views in on the screens and all this other stuff. I just want to talk about my usage coming from Skyzones into a FATSHARK. Okay, Skyzone V2s into a FATSHARK goggle. You know, there are some differences and some transitions that you're going to have to get used to. All right. Number one, the Skyzone menu system, albeit a little clunky, once you get used to it, it's kind of easy. You got a couple buttons at the top that change the channel and the band. You got one button, change the band. One button changes the channel. I mean, as far as just like basic usage, it's super easy. You get like a small OSD on the top that tells you what channel you're on. When you hit record, there's one button that hits record, and it shows you that it's recording up in the top, like a top little thin line. It gives you, you know, your space left in your SD card, you know, and then it goes away. So while you're flying, you don't see it, but when you need to make the moves, getting in to change the contrast and the brightness, total pain in the rear end. These guys win 100% for getting into the brightness and the contrast being right here, but pretty much after that, everything is super clunky. you got to like hold this button to activate DVR mode, and then you got to push it again to record, and it notifies you with this little blinking red light in here. The SD card goes right in here. So it's just a little, you're going to have to get used to that difference. Now, the good thing with this LaForge V4 is it has the OSD, so whatever you got going on this screen is going to show you in here. So these two buttons here are going to change your channels real quick, which I'll show you in a second, so you can kind of see what you're doing, so you don't always have to take them off your face. So for me, my Skyzones are gone. I sold them already. These guys, for me, are awesome. Okay, the picture is a good size. That 37 degree was, I don't want any bigger. I can tell you that. Any bigger, I'm going to be staring all over the screen. I got a clear image over the whole screen. You can see my IPD is slammed all the way in. It's literally just narrow enough for me. So all good there. The fitment is much better. I don't need double foam, but again, my high bridge does dig into here a little bit, so prolonged use, it does start to dig on the top of my nose. But overall, pretty good. Pretty good. Now, I am a pretty sweaty dude too, so this fan, ultimately, it doesn't really cut it. It takes some time to really defog the lenses, but again, it will defog the lenses. So for me, if you're a Skyzone user or already a FATSHARK user, I don't think you're going to have any problem switching over to these goggles. If you invest all this money, you should be able to. If you can use a standard Skyzone or a standard FATSHARK already, you should have no problem moving into these guys. If you've got problems with IPD and all that other, fitment, real hard fitment problems with other goggles, you're going to have, again, the same problem with these goggles. But as far as for my first FATSHARK goggle, for me, I'm overall very happy. Very happy. $600 is a lot to spend. I know it is, but my thinking is that this is going to be an investment, hopefully that lasts me a long while. Of course, I would like to see them cheaper. Let's be real. I would love to see them way cheaper. But, you get a life, I don't know, whatever. You get a good service warranty. You can send them back and get them fixed. You're going to get that support, which I wouldn't have gotten from my Skyzones. If they broke or something went wrong, I would have been screwed. So that comfortability there for me, it's worth something. That's why I decided to go ahead and drop the cash on these guys here. So, there you go. So you get the 2 module bays with the FATSHARKs, and you can pick the various modules and things that are out there. Again, this is the LaForge V4. And overall, I am very happy. Now, what I can tell you is the Skyzone V2 receivers are very good. I don't notice this LaForge being worlds better or worlds worse than, any noticeably different, than the Skyzone. So, to be honest, the Skyzone receivers are very good. If you can scoop up a pair of V2s, for a cheap price, and you're looking for a first pair of goggles in this style, I would recommend them for sure. The picture is clear. The Skyzone screens for me, clear, definitely clear. I don't know. I'm going to assume it's because it's the smaller screen size. The pixel density is higher, but these are equally as good. Maybe just a touch less clear, but these are very clear. I like the big field of view. How much more stuff can I really say? They are what they are. If you're stopping here watching this video, FATSHARKs, they're kind of leading the game, and it kind of is what it is. So you get this battery. This is their newer battery, 1800 milliamp hour, USB rechargeable. It's got a little battery indicator. I noticed this lasting me pretty much all day. My flying sessions, it hasn't died on me yet. So overall, it's pretty good. Fits right in here. You get your single strap. You get your little screen, your plate cover. They have this nice little soft, like fake leather material in here, which is what I was flying with on my Skyzone. So I'm very used to this. Very natural for me to use. I went with the exterior install because I kind of didn't want to open up a $600 investment. I was a little nervous about that. So for now, I went with this. I kind of like the way it looks. Let's plug this guy in. So again, no on and off switch. You plug your module in. And again, this is going to be dependent on what module you get. If you have a what do you call it, the immersion RC one, or the True D, not original. So yeah, it is original. So but anyway, the True D, whatever that is, you know, it's going to be dependent on what goggles you get. So this has the 2 different modules. This is the diversity module over here. The covers came with it. I mean, and there you go. That's pretty much it. Now the cool thing is, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you, but you get the OSD in here, which is super sweet. See the fuzz, and you can kind of see there's the information from the front of the screen as I'm changing the channel. So I think that's kind of cool. I didn't like that on some of my buddy stuff. They have to take them off and they have to adjust. It does lock on your last channel. The LaForge has plenty of features. You know, that's not what we're here for. But again, this is your contrast and brightness. This is going to be your DVR control over here. Again, volume and channel. I guess this channel is going to, if you have some sort of FATSHARK module, that would work. Matter of fact, I don't even know if it does. I don't think it works. Oh, look at that. It does work. Huh. I guess I should have touched it. So right now I'm in favorites mode. So it's just going to cycle through my favorites. So it does work with the LaForge. That's pretty cool. That's my channel. Got volume. And that's going to be if you're using a headphone, which goes down in here. You can put your earphone for your, you know, earbud to listen to your quads. Now I'm using mostly tramps and cameras without audio receivers, so I'm pretty much out of luck there. Here's your HDMI. This is a mini HDMI. Here is your switch to turn the receiver on and off. If you need to use the DVR, you have to turn the receiver off. So if you flick that switch, the receiver goes off. And then you can access your DVR and watch it. And you flick it again, turns your DVR back on, or your module back on. I guess that's your head tracker port there. I mean, all pretty much good. Your fan works the same as every other FATSHARK. It's on now. You're not going to be able to hear it. It's not super powerful. It doesn't really blow air into your eyes, but just enough to kind of help clear them up a little faster than nothing, but not a whole lot faster. I mean, there you go. That's pretty much it. You know, there's other reviewers that have way more in-depth videos about these and about the LaForges. I'm not even about to even talk about that because I've only been using them for a couple weeks. But at least I figured I'd give you my opinion from a Skyzone user. Switching over to these HDOs, I'm very, very happy with them. Get a nice, bigger, you know, big display that's not too big. It's clear, relatively comfortable, except for like really, really long, prolonged use. It starts to dig on my nose, but if I use them for a pack and lift them off, you know, I've been recovering just fine without any problem. So there you go. The FATSHARK HDOs with the LaForge V4. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And it's up to you. Got to use your quad budget hands. You know, weigh that out. Quad budget hands, weigh that sucker out, whether you want to go, if that's worth it or not worth it. You do not have to spend this amount of money to get a good experience. Absolutely not. HD3s are $100 cheaper. V3s are $100 cheaper than that. So there's a $300, $400, and a $500 option. And I think the V3s even come with a module. So you can get started with something. There's those black and red ones that are coming down in price, whatever they are, the Attitude V4s or V3s, whatever they are. I think they're coming down at $250, $300 with a module. You know, there's plenty of options. The Skyzones are still out there for $300 and some odd dollars. If you can find them used, have at it. HD2s, like I said, the Dom V3s, Skyzones, the Amways. You know, there's a bunch of versions of those out there. I mean, even Amways charging $439 for their V2. So, you know, another 70 some bucks, you're in this goggle, and you can get a receiver for, you know, if you want to get an Ishin or one of those guys, you can get into it for a lot cheaper. But yeah, there you go. That's what I got. HDOs, fantastic goggles. I'm loving them so far. If I have any issues or anything else I need to say about it, I will. Thanks for watching, and of course, like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Help me keep making these videos. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.